why your brain needs a system update more than your phone does. So this is a metaphor I kind of just came up with because I figured it's just the easiest one to get across that most people kind of understand in today's day and age. But first, what I want to do is make the distinction between a system update and a hard reset. We don't want to do a hard reset on our brain. That's death and possibly reincarnation. So what we want to do is we want to do a system update. We want to take the initial hardware that's existing, but we want to change how it functions. We want to make it more efficient. We want to get rid of all the garbage. Basically, what we want is a new, improved version of our phone, and that's what the system update does for you. We do other things like clearing the cache and clearing memories and clearing out our memory and deleting photos and going to the trash and things like that, so a photo is like a memory. It's the same thing. We don't want to get rid of all those things, but we just want to change the way that they're processed and make sure that it's all handled properly. So with the system update, basically what you want to do is you want to look at that initial programming, those initial choices you made in your life that made you who you are today, because that's what's actually burning you. Is you're not the same person that you were in that environment, and you're not in that same environment either. You're a new person in a new environment, but you're still acting like that old person. So pretty much what happens is we're born kind of like that brand new phone out of the box. All the hardware is there, the ability to do everything is there, but it just doesn't have any user using it and filling it up and doing the things it needs to do. So basically that's what you're doing. So when you're a little baby and you're just like that brand new phone, what happens is you have those initial interactions with your parents and loved ones and strangers and all those people around you, nurses, doctors, whoever. And what happens is you learn how to interact with the world based on those first interactions that you had. And what happens is you make choices on how to behave in the world based on those first interactions, and they become internalized, and you still make decisions based on those choices that you first made back then. I know it's a lot to take in. So basically you want to look at the difference between a choice and a decision. A choice is something you mentally make, and a decision is something that you carry out. So what we want to do is we want to focus on those choices, and what the best thing we can do is we want to stop thinking about the past, thinking about the future, and go way back to that initial programming and go, all right, what happened to me in my life that created the initial environment that made me who I am today? And what that's going to do is that's going to help flush out all that old stuff, because now what you can do is you're going to be freed up to be more in the moment and go, all right, how can I make better decisions now based on the new choices that I'm making? And a lot of it is we're not erasing the past, we're not erasing things, but what we're going to do is we're going to erase our reaction to them. We're going to erase the feelings that we get that are negatively associated with those things that have happened in our past. So what we want to do is we want to turn it into a logical thing at that point and go, okay, this, and this happened to me. Whatever, now it doesn't affect me anymore. Once you tell your subconscious that, then it won't affect you anymore. It's really an amazing thing. Now, another thing with your system update is what do you got to do with your phone? You got to turn it off and turn it back on. And that's where meditation comes in. And that's where we want to calm the mind and just stop listening to the thoughts. They might still be there, trailing on and on and on and on, and we might feel the emotions in our body, but what we want to do is just focus on the fact that we're aware of all these things happening. And the more that we start to focus on that, the less those things have that power over us, and then we can really start to see those initial choices we made, but not only that, the choices that we've made along the way that are still helping drive our decisions now. And that's really the crux of how we can really truly change and have that inner transformation, is by going back and analyzing all of that stuff non-emotionally and just letting it go and changing our response to it. Because what that's going to do is that's going to change how your system utilizes that information that it already has within it, just like your phone does. It's really a beautiful thing. So I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions or comments below, just go ahead and leave them for me. Thank you.